This is how easy it is to talk to a stranger. That video was actually a lot of fun to make. Instead of going to people and ask them what's the meaning of life, I basically just went up to them and said, hey, do you have 5 minutes to make this video with me, being my actor, did out a couple scenes, and it shows you how easy it is to just talk to strangers. And I do highly recommend trying that one at home. Once you do it once, it's really scary the first time. The second time isn't as scary, third time is a little bit less scary. It changes your life. So let's say you have a problem with someone, you go up to them and talk to them with confidence because you're not worried about what they're gonna say. And as long as you can look in the mirror and you're happy with who you are, where you're going with your life, then no one can ever let you down. You're always gonna be happy and you're always gonna be able to talk to people because they can bring you nothing but positivity. And you have a smile, you make good eye contact, and you just ask them genuine questions and you're interested in their answer. That's all you really need to do, have an interesting and thought-provoking conversation. So the reason why I did this series was really to expand my boundaries and try to understand the outside world. I'm from a small town. I had small town problems. Everything was focused around, my high school and popularity, clothes I was wearing, things like that. And there's a really, really humongous world out there that you can discover if you just put in a little bit of effort. So through doing this, I was able to understand people for maybe 5 minutes, 10 minutes. Some people I even talked to for a couple hours. I have some close friends I still keep in contact with from this series, and I never would have ever met them, 0% chance, without this video series. So I also want to share what my meaning of life is, and it changes, I think, every second of every day. But at this very second, I think the meaning of my life, what I've learned along this whole process, and I think it's constantly changing for the future as well too, is to do whatever I care about and not let anybody else tell me what that is. And I'll explain it a little bit here. So I have this passion, this enjoyment of making these videos, sharing something with you, the audience. And I just graduated from an engineering school, so that doesn't make any sense, right? Why would I ever invest time, money in doing something and then say, you know what, I just want to do something else today? And so that's where my meaning of life really comes in, from personal experience. Keeping this passion going and not taking no for an answer. And in that sense, I'm denying others negativity or judgment. At this very second, there's people walking around me and it doesn't bother me anymore. It really doesn't. It's a beautiful understanding of the world, is every single person around us, every person that we meet, every person in the future and the past, we're all at least a little bit self-conscious. We all are trying to understand things, and you can either embrace that or you can ignore it and say, I'm perfect. And I'm so far from perfect. And I embrace those imperfections, and I learn by doing and by understanding the outside world. And the only way you can do that is by doing it yourself. No YouTube video has ever changed my perspective in a way that interacting with a human has. And if you go out and use these principles just by talking to strangers or people that you don't know very well, acquaintances or even family members you haven't talked to for a while, you can reconnect and you can learn something from them. All you have to do is be genuine and just be interested in what they have to say, and they will reciprocate the exact same thing back. And if they don't, you know for the future not to mess with them anymore. So from here, I also want to answer whether or not I believe in a God as well too. And I was raised religious in a Catholic home, went to church pretty frequently. And then from there, my parents kind of sat me down and they're like, well, you're not necessarily required to go to church anymore. You don't have to, you're gonna make your own decisions. but we recommend you going to a church in the future, and basically saying, doesn't matter which one, it's a good foundation, all this stuff, which I have no issue with. I think that what it stands for, maybe not specifically what's like in the Bible and stuff like that, is exactly how I would want to live my life or anything like that. But what it stands for, accepting others, things like that. But I do not believe in a God at all. I would call myself agnostic atheist, in that I don't believe that there's a God. I think it's possible. I think it's extremely possible. It's possible that we live in a computer world where we're a figment of someone's imagination and a pixel. You know, I think all that stuff is possible, just like there's a God. But I don't think there is one. I think it's just random numbers. You know, we're all floating around here. At any given time, I could do something. There's nothing else that controls me in that sense. I don't think anybody even knows where I am at any given time. It's a beautiful, beautiful thing. So I don't let that hold me down or define me. I like to use it as a resource for positivity. It's about enjoying my life. That's the really core vision I could share with you, is enjoying my life, because I don't believe there's an afterlife, and I'm okay with that. Death doesn't scare me anymore. I've done so many amazing things here on this earth that I could have never done. I couldn't have ever done if I would have been born maybe in a third world country. I would have been born in the 18th century or something like that. Things that I never would have been possible. I might have become sick, you know, ill or something like that. I'm in my 20s now. So I feel so lucky and grateful to have the life that I've lived so far. So I don't need anything afterwards. I'm alive. I'm really enjoying it. And what happens next? If there is a heaven and hell, then I guess I'll be swimming with the fishes down. I don't know for sure, but I like to think I do positive things in the world. And if that resorts to heaven or hell, I don't know. Okay, I'm gonna stop talking about that. I don't believe in it. But anyway, I wanted to share this with you and give you the reassurance that I'm not gonna stop asking people questions. If I haven't asked you a question yet, I'm coming for you. I think it's a lot of fun. I wanted to announce my new video series, which is asking strangers to play truth or dare with me. And it should be a little more fun. It's also thought-provoking because, you know, absolute strangers, what kind of questions will they have for me? What will they dare me to do? Whether it's silly or funny or serious. I'm looking forward to finding out. I've done a couple of them. It's been fun so far. So I'm gonna do that until I get bored of it, just like I did with this, and then move on to hopefully something else. The interactions are what fuel me, and I think can fuel you as well. So thank you for watching, and thank you for the continued support. I make these videos for you, the audience. So thank you for that. I really do appreciate it. It fuels me as a human being, as well as those interactions with the strangers that I meet. So thank you to both you guys. I could not be in this position I was without you, and you make the world such a beautiful place. So thanks for watching, and I will see you next time.